Okay, multiplication can be summed up into one basic concept, which is multiplication is the combining of equal groups. If the groups are not equal, then it's not multiplication. It would then be addition. This helps us understand that when we multiply, it's not just numbers, such as 3 times 6 is not just 18. What this means is I have 3 groups. So this first is our number of groups we have. The second is in each group we have 6. So this is the number in each group, which then gives us the total amount of 18, which we'll call this as the total. So any multiplication problem that you have means the same thing. How many groups I have, how many in each. Now this can be reversed around. So I can also have 6 groups, so we'll call this our of for short, and 3 in each, which would give me a total of 18. Once we understand that, we can start to play with our numbers. So if I have 6 groups and there's 3 in each, that means I can put 2 of my groups here out of that 6 and 4 of my groups here out of the 6. Now in order to keep that multiplication, they still need to have exactly the same amount. So the question is, has the problem changed? The answer is no. I still have the same value. I have 6 groups that are here, and there are 3 in each. So I take one section, 2 times 3, 2 groups, 3 in each will give me 6 as my total. I have 4 groups with 3 in each, which will give me 12 as my total. If I take those 2 groups and I combine them back together, I have 18. So we understand then that we can use the distributive property and the value does not change as long as one thing applies. That's your in groups. Your in groups cannot change. If it changes, then the value will change, which ultimately changes the entire problem. So let's play with this for a little. If I had the number 27 times 4, let's say we're going to 27 times 4. That's a little difficult. We're not quite sure our facts. So let's take this 27 and let's round it. So if we round 27 to 30, our in groups, this is our of, this is our in groups has to stay the same, which makes a much easier problem. So we have 4 groups of 30, or the other way around, 30 groups with 4 in each. So we go ahead and multiply. We multiply by 10 first, which gives us the 0, because in essence, 30 can also be distributed. 30 is just a 3 times 10. So this is where our 0 comes from. Then we do our 4 times 3, which is 120. Now we know that this is just the estimate. since we rounded, it's not the exact. So with this basic knowledge that multiplication is just the number of groups and in-groups, let's think about this. So we went from 27 groups to 30 groups. So that means our estimated answer is actually greater than our exact. So we went up greater or more. Well, by how much? Now, if you first look at it, if you're looking just the numbers, it goes from 27 to 30. However, that's not math. Math is thinking about the values. This is not just 27. This is 27 groups with 4 in each. So each one of those groups has 4. So if we go from here to 30, we actually added on 3 groups with 4 in each. So over here, we're going to put down, we had 3 groups. This is our of groups. And we have 4 in each, which would then give us a total amount of 12. So what that means is, since our estimate was greater than our actual, we need to then take that 12 off of our estimated answer. So that would be 120 subtract 12, which would give us 108. So let's try this some more. If I have 63 times 7, I first identify which is going to be my number of groups and how much is going to be in each group. So let's estimate 63. 63 is closer to 60, so it will round to 60. Our of groups, we did estimate it. Our in groups stays the same. So 60 really is a 6 times 10. So we multiply by that 10 first, which is a 0, and then we multiply by the 6. So 7 times 6 is 42. So now this is our estimated answer. Let's get the exact. So let's think about this for a minute. Our exact answer would have 63, but our estimated answer went 60. So that means our exact answer is going to be greater. So let's see, how much greater is it? Well, we had 63 and we took off that 3 to get to 60. But that's just not 3. That is 3 groups of 7 in each, which equals 3 times 7. Here's our of groups, here's our in, which equals 21. So our exact is going to be greater than the estimate. So let's look at our estimate. That would mean then I take 21, and in order to get the higher exact answer, I will need to add the 21 to the estimate. So 420 plus 21 will give me an answer of 441. The importance of understanding this is to understand that multiplication is just groups. And you can take your groups then and you can manipulate or play with them to make things easier. But understanding then that your estimate is going higher or lower helps you understand that at the end, I'm either adding on to get the exact amount, or I am taking off to get the exact amount. Thank you.